I am more than just a pretty face. Chapter 11. We have to stop meeting like this. Soraya Akram looked up from the book she was reading and gave me a ridiculously hurt look with eyes wide. Her bottom lip stuck out like she was a little kid. I thought you liked me. I rolled my eyes and turned to Remarkable's maitre d'. Why do you keep letting her in? The old man sniffed in a superior sort of way. Because it is personally inconvenient for you, and I find that rather amusing. Then he smiled at Suri. Another hot chocolate for the young miss? No, I said thank you. Rude, Suri said as the maitre d' sauntered off. After I came all this way to thank you? Thank me? Bisma was humming. After your date, I mean. It wasn't a date. Whatever, Suri said. My point is that she never hums, which is why she's so off-key, I guess. But I'm just saying that you made her happy, and that's super cool if you think about it, because not everyone can do that for somebody, no? Do you need to breathe at all when you talk? Not usually, I smiled. Despite all of her Suriness, it's impressive. I know, she said smugly. Then, in a more serious tone, are you going to ask her out again? I didn't ask her out the first time. Ugh, boys are so annoying about these things. Suri's phone rang and she grinned. There she is. Behave, or, don't, whatever. I glanced around the restaurant and Soraya answered the call and went to let Bisma in. At least it didn't look like Chef Brody was around today. Bisma walked in, practically snarling at her little sister. What do you think you're doing here? Shut up, Bisma snapped. You do this again, I'm going to tell Abu. You're going to get Danielle in trouble. This isn't his restaurant. Just stop trying to help me. I don't need your help. Suri looked down, bit her lip, and nodded. With a sigh, Bisma turned to face me. I'm so sorry. I had to come pick her up, but this won't happen again, I promise. No, it's cool, I said. Actually, I invited her over. Bisma frowned. Really, why? I had no answer to that, but I'd been yelled at so much by family, mostly Dad, over the years that I didn't like seeing anyone else get the same treatment, even if Suri was being a little much. Yeah, Soraya jumped in to buy me some time. Really? But you feel pretty stupid, huh? Not now, Suri. Come on, think. I believe, Suri went on, that I deserve an apology? Fine, Bisma said. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It needs to be more abject. Bisma crossed her arms. Tell me what abject means. I've heard people use it. It's a word. You can't go around using words you don't know the meaning. I wanted her opinion, I broke in, finally managing to put some time Suri had bought me to use. So I called her. About what? Bisma asked. There's a girl. Soraya slapped the palm of her hand to her forehead. Bisma raised her eyebrow. A girl? Maybe I should have said something else. But aside from Kamal, there wasn't anything I could think of that I'd need Soraya's advice on. Yeah, I mean, just a prospect. You called Suri for arranged marriage advice? I mean, you never gave me your number, and I figured you'd come up, pick her up. So she likes the hot chocolate here. It was only after I said it that I realized I could have simply texted Suri for Bisma's number, and that whole story I'd come up would make no sense. So you're asking me for relationship advice? Bisma asked, her flat tone. I nodded. Sure, after all, what are friends for? Half hour later, we were standing in a line of deli board, which served my favorite hot sandwiches in San Francisco. Their pastrami melted in your mouth, and the corned beef was a thing of beauty. I'm not sure this is okay, Bisma said, concerned with keeping halal. We can totally eat here. This place is kosher. How do you know? It said so in the review online. Therefore, it must be true. Suri nodded, apparently in full agreement with me. But they serve bacon, Bisma pointed out. Obviously, the bacon isn't kosher, I said, but everything else is, probably. We could just ask them when we order. No, dude, come on, I said. Don't ruin this for me. Ignorance and the sandwiches here are bliss. Just go with the flow. I just don't think, Bisma said, that any sandwich is worth going to hell for. If you think God would send you to hell for eating a sandwich, I countered, maybe you don't have enough faith in God. Oh, that's deep, Suri said appreciatively. Bisma gave us both dirty looks. She ordered a stud, which was a good choice. The jalapenos went well with the house-made sauce and the Romanian pastrami. Suri leaned over, whispered, giving away what she's thinking about what with that order, isn't she? What? Soraya didn't have time to explain before she got called up to the counter, and soon we were sitting at a table outside. My sandwich was a mess of steaming salami, roast beef, and melting cheese on a nicely crunchy roll. I took a bite. I'm in heaven, I said with my mouth full. For the moment, Bisma replied. Then she took a tiny bite. Her eyes widened a bit, and she drew back a look at the sandwich with a great deal more respect. Wow, right? Told ya. I don't even care if I'm going to hell, Suri said. This is amazing. Language, Bisma and I snapped at the same time. Suri groaned. Anyway, tell me about your prospect, Bisma said. Then perfectly casually asked, is she pretty? Yeah, I said, she's beautiful. Suri shook her head, her face a Wikipedia entry for dismay. Oh, so Bisma waved her hand in a motion indicating that I should get on with the stating whatever the problem was. I gave her the short version of what Cavall had said about her feelings, the Renaissance man, about her parents, and about the cardiologist she had coming over soon. What a bee, Suri declared way too loudly. Language, Bisma said again, though with a lot less heat than she'd said before. I, on the other hand, stared at Suri in surprise. What? She's a total... Suri trailed off, glanced at Bisma, then finished. I don't know that word. I wasn't sure how saying B in Urdu was any more polite than saying it in English. She gave me notes on Churchill. That was nice of her. Soraya rolled her eyes. She was just trying to get what she wants. It's obvious, totally obvious that what she's about. That's all she's about. What does she want? I mean, well, you, which we totally get because you're super cute, right, Appa? We both looked at Bisma, and she couldn't say anything. She seemed intensely focused on her sandwich. Suri turned back to me. Guys are usually the ones trying to use girls for their looks, but I guess it's different for you because you're a pretty face. Hey, I pointed an indignant pickle at her. I'm more than a... It's like she's only interested in your body, dude. Wake up and smell the poop. Gross, Bisma muttered. Come on, Appa, you agree, right? This time Suri didn't wait for a response before going on in her usual rambling way. This girl is totally not interested in who he is because she doesn't want him to write what he wants for the project of his. She doesn't want him to be a chef. All she cares about is making him into something she wants. It's like plastic surgery for his personality. You marry that girl, and she'll have you working in like an office, Suri said, as if it was the worst thing in the world, just to make money to take home. I looked at Bisma when her little sister paused to gasp for breath, to see that if she agreed with what Soraya was saying, she gave me no clue as to what she was thinking. She never mentioned money, I said, quick to pounce on the fact that I could use in defense of Cavall. Oh, Soraya asked, before continuing in what was meant to be an impression of Cavall, I guess, but it just sounded like Minnie Mouse had inhaled a bunch of argon, no, helium, hydrogen, whatever. You have to be practical and have viable goals in life, and I'll just hang on to this as a backup in case you don't go to college and never make something respectable of yourself. She never mentioned money. I repeated it to Bisma this time because Suri obviously wasn't listening, and it was true. Cavall hadn't, had she? I mean, she kind of implied it, I guess, when she said chefs couldn't support families. I continued looking at Bisma's direction so long that she figured out I was waiting for her to say something. I've never really had an occasion to admire anyone practical, she finally told me. I frowned. What did that mean? Why do you need advice about this girl, Danielle? Yeah, Danielle, Soraya said. It's obvious what you should do. Is it? I asked. I mean, what she's saying isn't wrong. If you and I, Bisma, had, if we were doing the whole arranged marriage thing, you would have been okay with my wanting to be a chef. She didn't hesitate. Of course. Even if that meant we would struggle. Bisma shook her head as if she picked up a pickle. Why would we struggle? I'd work. What? I'd work. I mean, obviously. Bisma sat back, looked at me, and laughed. Wow, that didn't even occur to you, did it? No, I admitted. I didn't think, yeah. You do know what year it is, right? Suri asked. Maybe you should have mentioned this revolutionary concept to your prospect, Bismuth said. No, he shouldn't. He should never see her again. Why would he want to marry someone so calculating? He wouldn't be asking for advice if he didn't like her. Bisma wiped her hands on a napkin. You guys ready to go? Go, I asked. Barely halfway through your sandwich. I'm full, Bisma said. This thing is huge. Suri and I could have split one. You're a disappointment, Suri told her sister, still munching away. I'm not done. Neither was I, so we stuck around and I talked about nothing much, until the conversation circled back to Renaissance Man. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do at this point, I admitted. I know Kaval wants me to do. I know what my teacher wants and my dad wants. There's a lot to think about, and I haven't even decided what direction to go in. Probably screw this up pretty badly, and that's going to suck. I could help you, Bisma said. Suri whipped her head around and looked at her sister. Really? Really? I echoed. Sure. Like you said, what are friends for?